You know, I was going to wait until episode 3 of the FUNimation One Piece dub to do this, because episode 2 we got to see Ace and hear his voice, and episode 3 we'd actually see a fight and get a look at how Funimation's going to handle Gore. But I decided to cut you guys the suffering, since I've been getting at least I don't know how many messages a day asking to please do this so we can hear what you think of it. So you know what, I'm just going to cut this into 2 parts, and I'm just going to do the voice actors now, along with some of the things I've already seen so far in the dub so far. Okay, first off, the music. I am so happy about this. They kept the original music in, and they didn't do like I thought they were going to do, leave the original Japanese in and just put subtitles on the bottom like, you know, like they did with Naruto. They actually took the time to translate the music and the lyrics into English. Something 4Kids tried to do with We Are, but decided that rap was so much better. Not. So yeah, all the original music is in, all the theme music is in play. They put the eye catcher back in, which is great. You know, the part where the bounty posters fly off into the breeze and show them. I wonder how they're going to handle it when Sanji's bounty poster comes up next, because his has a picture of a Jolly Roger in the shape of smoke coming out of his cigarette. And in this dub, it's completely erased out. You don't even see it. There's not even a lollipop in his mouth anymore. There's nothing. But anyway, enough with the music, on with the voices. Now, some voices, all the voices except for a few of them, I didn't like. Alright, and some of them just need a little work to be fixed. No huge, gigantic deal. Alright, first off, the ones I liked. Nami was absolutely perfect. She sounded so close to her original Japanese voice actor that I was just amazed. It was like her Japanese voice actor suddenly learned fluent English and decided to do the dub. Perfect match. Funimation, thank you. The same goes for Robin. Absolutely fantastic match. Very good matchup. Sounds exactly like her Japanese voice. Funimation has a brain. Yes. Alright, now on to the ones that could use some... Oh, wait, yeah. Ace. Ace's voice is perfect too, so is Buggy. Alvida's good too. Now on to the ones I didn't particularly care for, or mostly just need work to make it sound good. First off, Luffy. I'm sorry, but it just sounds too close to the 4Kids version. I'm sorry if people disagree with me with this, but I am getting sort of annoyed with how Funimation's making the same mistake as 4Kids with making his voice sound gruff. Luffy isn't gruff. His voice is smooth, slightly high-pitched, and goes along with whatever emotion that he's feeling at the time that he's talking. The only sort of graininess we ever hear in his voice is when he's angry, or when he's being serious, or when he's throwing out an attack name. That's the only time. He doesn't sound grainy-ish like this all the time. And when he's talking normally, it's fine. It's when Luffy actually starts yelling that he sounds so close to his 4Kids voice that it's just grating on the ears. Colleen Clinkbeard, if you're listening right now, a little advice. Your natural voice sounds perfect. If you just deepen it a teeny bit, you'd sound perfect. for Luffy. Even though you're a girl playing a male anime person, that doesn't mean you have to try and sound like a guy, okay? Just use your natural voice, deepen it a little bit, and you're perfect. Sanji's voice, I only have one small problem with this. The small problem I have is the fact that he doesn't sound suave. I mean, yeah, Time Warp 1 actually said this in his little commentary about the dub, and I agree with him. It doesn't sound suave enough. I'm just not feeling it. It's like, I don't know. It just doesn't sound like Sanji. I mean, it sounds like Sanji, but at the same time it doesn't, because it's missing that suave sounding, I don't know, thing that his voice has. Eric Valve, if you could just make yourself sound a little more flirtatious and suave, you'd be perfect. Chopper, the only problem I have with Chopper is that Brenda's making him sound more like Mickey Mouse. Brenda, since I've heard that most of the people at FUNimation are One Piece fans, I think you'd know what Chopper really sounds like, and that you should try to sound as close to the original as possible. I know what your voice sounds like, I know how you're using Chopper's voice, and I know you can sound close to Chopper's original if you try hard enough. Zoro, no problem, except it could stand to be a little less deep. That's all I have a problem with. And Usopp, I have no problem at all. Absolutely perfect. I know some people are saying that he sounds way too much like Krillin, because Sonny Strat, the person who's doing Usopp's voice, did the voice of Krillin in Dragon Ball Z. But, you know what? I'll deal with it. I mean, at least it's a lot better than him sounding like this all the time and not sounding like it's believable when he's talking. You know what I mean? I mean, compare Usopp's voice to his old one, and believe me, it is a so much better replacement. Okay, another thing I'm not too happy about. They kept Ace's name Trace. Why? Why? Did they keep it Trace just because they were worried new people would get mixed up because they saw the 4Kids dub and they heard him being called Trace, and then they just decided to keep it on like that? I mean, the reason why Ace's name was changed to Trace in the first place was because Ace is a type of alcohol. How many of you knew that? Let me guess. None of you raised your hands, right? Even I didn't know that until I heard it from someone else who's a One Piece fan here. And that's just ridiculous. I mean, I seriously hope, since Oda was working with them, I seriously hope Oda told them that he had no big significance for Ace's name being Ace, because if there is a big significance later on in the series, FUNimation is going to have screwed themselves seriously bad. Because this sort of stuff has, well, you know what I mean when it comes to this sort of thing, when it comes to anime. I just hate name changes, especially ones that aren't really needed. Zoro's included. They kept it as Zolo. I mean, honestly, can anyone get this Zoro confused with this Zoro? Alright, there's gonna be a small bit of confusion at first, but when they see Zoro for the first time, they'll notice it's not the same Zoro. I mean, does this Zoro have green hair? Does this Zoro carry around 3 katana? Does this Zoro, do they even look similar?